Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Dying to Know More. Today we are going to talk with someone very special. Aiden, are you ready to say hello to Dying Light 2 fans?
Oh yeah. Hey guys, my name is Jonah Scott and I voice Aiden Caldwell in Dying Light 2.
Hello Jonah.
Hi.
I'm very curious, how is it to play such a role in a video game? Is it a challenge for you or just a normal job?
Well, I think this is a little bit more than a normal job for me. I've been Aiden for about 5 years almost at this point. I played him originally as a scratch track, a temporary vocal track for the real actor to go in and then listen to timing to get cutscenes and things like that for localization purposes. But over the years, they just kept asking me to come back and voicing more tiny other things. And I had to sit for a little while not knowing whether or not I would be Aiden. And then eventually they were just like, yeah, we thought you knew. We thought you were going to come back and do the real thing. So here I am, honored and humbled to voice Aiden in Dying Light 2. It's a dream come true.
Yeah, we are also honored that you are the voice of Aiden Caldwell. And how about the script? Is it long?
Oh yeah, in a word, yes, very, very long. When we do video games, we do them in an Excel spreadsheet. It's not like a traditional script, like a movie script. And because of that, the place where we recorded has a tracker at the top of the Excel spreadsheet. And the tracker had the max number of lines that I had, and that would keep getting bigger as the script kept improving and getting more and more reviews on it. But I think at the most point, it was like 50,000 lines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a lot. And I can't imagine how many that the other actors have, like Rosario Dawson. They also would have just as much, if not more lines than I would, because a lot of mine are just grunting and jumping and running and things like that. But yeah, the script itself is very long, very long. It was a good gamification of the video game script that we could, as I would do lines, we could see it be ticked off and see us making progress throughout the script. It was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And is there any place for improvisation?
Oh, lots. I was able to put in a lot of pre and post life because a lot of the lines themselves are wild, which means that I didn't have any timing or anything like that. I could go as long or as short as I wanted with the line. I could breathe through it. I could take pauses. I could stumble. I could really make it feel lived in and real. And that is something that I've been looking forward to doing my entire career. And it was a really, really great opportunity for me. I had the most fun I've ever had performing, honestly.
And how do you prepare yourself for the role? For example, Aiden is jumping, running, fighting, and talking at the same time. Do you have any special technique?
Well, preparing, obviously besides standard warm-ups and things, I would sing. One of my favorite things to do when I would warm up is I would listen to the Beastie Boys on the way to the studio, and I would kind of rap along with that. But actually preparing and doing running and jumping and parkour and things like that, I would actually do that in the booth. It wouldn't be the full movement, obviously. We have like a 10 by 10 booth. But I would breathe through my lines. I would make sure that everything felt natural and real. And if I was choking somebody in a cutscene, I was actually had my hands out there choking the imaginary person, or I'd move around. I would move as I was on, let's say, on camera, but nobody would be able to see what's going on. So it has the movement. You can hear it in the voice. It's nice and real, natural, and cinematic and grounded. Beyond preparing, you just got to breathe, make sure everything sounds natural, and make sure it's good, because I'm going to make a game that I want to play.
Very interesting. And you are also known from anime roles.
Yeah.
What is the difference between video games and anime?
Well, in anime, it's animated, so everything is just a little bit more over the top. It's a little bit bigger. But here, I was able to take a lot of really grounded cinematic reads. I was able to dial it back a lot and make it so that he felt like a movie character. He felt like a film character. And especially the way it's mic'd, everything is very close. So there are even lines where Aiden is talking to himself, and it's almost whispered, it's hushed, and you really feel like you're in Aiden's head for a lot of it. And it's incredible. I had so much fun making sure that everything sounded real and grounded and filmic.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any dream role that you would like to play?
Oh, there's plenty in fiction. I have dozens of characters that I would love to play, but Aiden is very special because it's an archetype that I wanted to play. The first-person action RPG protagonist. I'm inspired by a lot of other American voice actors that I really look up to, like Matthew Mercer and Roger Craig Smith. They're inspirations for me. And beyond wanting to impress them, I want to make sure the fans get what they want. Because I'm a fan of the game myself. It was the first game I played when I moved to LA. I got the audition and I was floored. I want to make sure that I'm a streamer too. So I want to make sure this is a game I want to play. Especially on stream or even privately in my own home. I want to make sure that this is something I want to keep going back to. I want to make sure that this is a game that I want to play. I want to make sure that Aiden is a character that is likable, that is lovable. So yeah, definitely.
And speaking about Aiden, aren't you tired of him? Do you still like him?
Oh, not at all. Aiden is a fun character in that when we were making the character initially, because I've been this character for almost 5 years, he's gone through a lot of variations. And the first thing we were trying was this whole Spider-Man kind of like fun, quippy character. But the story itself is very serious. It's very grounded. It's very real and gritty. So we came back and we reassessed. We're like, how do we make this character moving forward? He can't be too fun, but we still want to make sure that he has a lighter side because the story is so dark. So instead, we went with a more Nightwing archetype, where this guy is very gritty, he's very down to earth, and he's very real and pragmatic. But he has a fun side too, and you're able to hear that in a lot of dialogues. You're able to hear that in a lot of like a lot of his parkour has a lot of quips in it and things like that. So he has a lot of fun parkouring. He definitely enjoys what he does, and that's how we were able to kind of lighten him up a bit and make him very likable and very fun to perform. So no, I'm not tired of him at all.
Cool. And my last question, how is it to hear yourself in a video game?
In a word, surreal. I've never really heard it. I've heard my voice in video games before, but it's never been to this extent where I just keep talking, right? Usually I'm waiting for another character to interrupt me, but it's like Aiden speaks a lot and he does a lot of efforts and there's a lot of parkour and every grunt, every breath, every sound that you make is me. And sitting down to play the game, I would be frozen a lot in disbelief because it's just like, I almost cry because this is the dream come true for me. And sitting down to see it all come to fruition, thousands of people's thousands of hours working together on this one game to come out, and it's actually happening. It's so surreal to hear my voice in that capacity, and I'm honored and humbled, and I want to thank everybody for letting me be involved.
Thank you, Jonah. And as I said, we couldn't imagine better voice for Aiden Caldwell.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today. And thank you all for watching us. See you soon.